But the relationship between Demi and her dad has been my favorite love story to view of Love is Blind. Oh my God. You don't see much of him, but I feel like, I hope I'm not alone. You can feel the love that that man has for his daughter. And it's the most beautiful thing to see. Why am I so emotional? Jesus Christ. I know why you guys think I'm drinking now. Okay guys, Love is Blind UK. We had the final 2 episodes. The weddings happened. Who said I do? Who said I don't? We are getting into it this episode. I'm hyped. I'm sober, just for everybody that is wondering. This is orange juice, to repeat again. But for the reunion, I've decided we will be having drinks. Working on getting sponsors. We'll see how that goes. But guys, I'm excited to get into these final 2 episodes. I hope you are. Let's get into it. Before we do, quick reminder, guys. As always, loving all the comments, replying to you guys, having conversations. I saw you guys having like a back and forth, like 2 people under someone else's comment, and just like hearing different perspectives, and you guys were like, oh yeah, fair, whatever. Loved it, okay? Secondly, like this video right now because we're about to have a great time. And subscribe if you haven't already, because I have separation anxiety issues and I'm gonna miss you guys when I stop reviewing Love is Blind UK, and I still want to make videos and chat with you guys in the comments, so subscribe so I never have to leave you. Okay, let's get into it. As always, I will be using my phone for my notes, so I may be looking down, but yes, we start on episode 10. It's the stag do's and hen do's. Comment below if you agree, because this would be the one part I would struggle with. Not being able to have all my people at my hen do, I'd struggle with that. I think from like observation, each person only had 2 of their people there. Like, who am I going to pick? My sister and... I don't know. That's tricky. Also, who would you guys pick if you could only have 2 people at your hen? You're also sharing it with random people you don't know. Not the other women getting married, but their friends. So it's... yeah, interesting. So during the stag do, we see Ollie starting to express he has doubts. Have they been together long enough? He's questioning. We also see Freddie and Tom talking. They're expressing doubts like, is this as realistic? They were like hearing all the other men speaking. They sounded like they're ready for it, and they're like, So yeah, I don't have much to say on the hen and stag do's, I'll be honest. So the next day, the couples are moving out and they are... going to, I guess, their like respected homes and where they're from right before the wedding. So I think they're going to be apart for a few days. And watching this, guys, comment below, especially if you are avid Love is Blind watchers like me. I realized there's not as much drama as there usually is at this point. Like, do you remember Izzy and I forgot her name, and that's when she found out he had all the debt or whatever? Like, there's normally at this point, there is a lot of drama, and it was just kind of like, oh, I'm gonna miss you. See you later. And I was like, are the weddings gonna be dramatic? Are they gonna throw us for a loop? Because it just seems so smooth sailing at this point. So Sabrina and Steven's wedding. I feel like everybody watching this is like, they're gonna say yes, right? And then they show, there is one clip where we see Sabrina saying Stephen is open to moving to Belfast. And yeah, and then Stephen saying they'll probably live in London for a few years. I feel like that could be editing, and they didn't show the full thing of they'll live in London for a few years and then move to Belfast. And Sabrina was like, Stephen is open to moving to Belfast, but I'm happy to live in London first. And so they just did that to try and keep us on our toes a bit, but we knew they were going to say yes. Side note, the only other comment I have to say about their wedding... okay, I've got a few comments. I've always got many comments. I said in my last review, I hope Sabrina wears her hair up. She looked stunning in her dress, and I love the updo. Stephen in his tux, this is my new favorite thing. I don't think it's going to get played out for me. This is what I want my husband, future husband, to be rocking on the wedding day. A white tux with the black trousers. Mwah. Chef's kiss. Like, every time I see it, classic, 10 out of 10, phenomenal, love it. They both looked so good on their wedding day. And then, you know, like, we see Sabrina walking down the aisle. I can't lie to you, I did get a bit emotional. Did you guys? And also, guys, I want to know, every year without fail, when this line pops up, it spins me. When the officiant is like, now it's time to see, is love truly blind? Like, I don't want that being said at my wedding. That's the only other thing. The hen do and that moment there. Like, I'm like, it kind of makes the wedding feel like a game show. Oh, now we see. Are you going to do it? Like, but yeah, of course, they both say I do, as we all saw coming from like the first episode. By the way, wedding hashtag Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Like, had they not met in this experience and they met in the real world and they were going to get married, and you know, some couples do like a engagement shoot. They could have really played on that Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Love that for them. They still can. Anyway. Okay, so up next, Tom and Maria's wedding day. Okay, so we're reminded Tom's mum is not going to be here at the wedding. Would this be, like, for you guys, if your parents aren't there, would that play a part in your decision? Like, are they onto something? Would you get in your head and think? And then as the partner as well, like, I don't know if Maria has even met his mum. She's not going to be at the wedding. Like, oh, it's already starting at a... So again, Maria's mum goes to see Tom. They have a beautiful moment, a heart to heart. And he promises to look after Maria, even like holds his heart. They have like a beautiful, exchange. And I'm like, Tom, if you don't say yes, this is crazy. One, because now you've promised to look after her. And then even before, when he's like, I can't wait for the wedding. Remember in the last episode, I was talking about this and they're sorting out the seating arrangements and all of this. But I'm looking in his face and he's speaking, but I feel like you can see, this saying is going to sound so crazy, but you can see his heart in his eyes, if that makes sense. So even though he's saying, I'll look after her, I can't wait, his heart is in his eyes and it's not matching. I really hope that makes sense. That sounds like a crazy sentence, but I know what I mean. So Maria puts on her dress. It's like a beautiful strapless dress and she looks stunning. But in my head, I'm like, their differences, they have so many fundamental differences on how they view lives and their morals and all of this. I'm like, I don't know if I see them working. So yeah, we get to the wedding and Tom says no. And Maria is like heartbroken. And I saw it coming. I've been saying it through every episode. That didn't stop my jaw being on the floor. Were you guys shocked with each couple, guys? Let me know. Also, shout out, I'm going to call you Essay Bay. Because you write the most amazing essays. All the comments, I love them. But your long essay, so I hope you're taking notes. Each couple, let me know, like, were you shocked, were you not? Somebody did predict, I'm going to go back and look. They predicted who would say yes, who would say no, all of this. I'm going to go back and look and see if you got it right, okay? I might add it to the end of the video, we'll see. Okay, so now it's Demi and Ollie's wedding day. And I'm nervous for this because I love them as a couple. Everybody thinks Ollie isn't into Demi. And if you've been watching my reviews from the start, you will see, like, I've really warmed to them as a couple. I love them. Of course, I know Demi. We went to school together. But I always thought, like, from watching them, I'm getting the vibe that all he does is really attracted to Demi. He likes her. I feel like it could be editing trying to throw us off and make it seem like Ollie wasn't into Demi when he really was. Yes, let's get into their wedding day. So yeah, it starts, Ollie's getting into his head. He's overwhelmed with everything. But again, I feel like, are they just trying to throw us off the scent? Is it like, I thought it was giving like a Kwame and, what was her name? Kwame and the blonde girl. I can't remember, but the Love is Blind, where it seemed like she was more into him and he was feeling someone else. And then they end up getting married and they're still together to this day and they're thriving. So yeah, I was like, are they trying to do that to us? But then we see Demi say they haven't spoken since they've been apart. And I'm like, damn. Because I was saying, I don't know if I actually mentioned it before, but these days that they do spend apart, that is enough time to get in their heads. God knows I would definitely get in my head, okay? I'd be like, did he really like me? And then you start like overthinking certain little moments that you had. How he said goodbye. What did that mean? Do you know what I mean? And now if the guy is not really keeping in contact with you, you're gonna get in your head even more. I wish we knew to what extent is it that they haven't been in contact. Like, is it that she's tried reaching out and she didn't hear from him? Or is it that they both just haven't messaged each other? Because, like I said, I have to be unbiased because as much as that's my girl, we went to school together, I love her. Like, I know she's one of, like, from knowing her, from going to school, hopefully if she's still the same person, one of the loveliest, most genuine souls you'll ever meet. Like, she is an amazing girl. But you could have reached out to him as well. Like, that's what I was thinking in the moment, but it wasn't explained, or maybe she did explain it, they cut it out, so we don't know. But yes, food for thought. But yeah, so she's saying, her head and her heart are not aligned, and I'm like, oh my God, is this about to be a switcheroo? Was this their plan all along to make us feel like it was Ollie that's not interested and it's Demi that's gonna say no? That's what I'm thinking in that moment. We all know what happens, spoiler alert, but yes, I'm gonna pretend we don't. Let's keep going. So Ollie's dad comes to see him. They have a very sweet moment. And here in my notes, I say, I'm getting the feeling Ollie's gonna say yes and Demi's gonna say no. Side note, guys, I've done so many reviews. My head's all over the place. I feel like we've seen so many episodes. Did I just forget and I didn't speak about it? Or maybe I spoke about it even and I forgot. Had we seen Ollie's family? I feel like I don't remember seeing his family now. But yeah, comment below and remind me, did we meet Ollie's family or is this our first time seeing his dad? Because if we didn't, I feel like maybe the meeting went so well and it was so obvious Ollie is feeling Demi that they were like, yeah, let's like take that out of the video, so take that out of the show so it doesn't give away what the ending's gonna be. So we see Demi, she's in her wedding dress, her parents come, it's a beautiful moment. You can see her dad getting emotional. Demi's dad is so sweet. He's such a girl dad. Like, when you look at him, is it just me that thinks like whenever he sees Demi, like, and even just knowing their relationship, like, he is a girl's dad and he views her as a little princess, but you can see they get to bond over sports as well and all of that. Like, what a beautiful relationship. Like, shout out to, I just want to take a moment to, why am I getting emotional? But shout out to all the men that just play amazing roles in their daughters' lives. Like, what that does for a person is phenomenal. Like, look at how great of a person Demi is. Like, just seeing their bond and just whenever I do get to see like women and they have great relationships with their dad and who they are as a person, like, it really plays a big role in who that woman is and how she views relationships and how she goes about life. And just getting to see their relationship, if anything, if that's all we got to see, words, got to see from this season of Love is Blind, like, that has been beautiful to witness. Even though it's like small little inklings, their relationship together, oh, it's the most beautiful thing. And it lets you know, like, men, if you have a daughter, like, do everything in your power to make sure you are in that girl's life, because the difference it does make. I don't know why I'm getting emotional. My dad's in my life, by the way. Just put that out there. My mum and dad still together. What is that? Maybe now I get why people think I'm drunk on these videos. Anyway, so we get to the vows. It gets to Demi's part, whether she's going to say yes or no. And that's the end of episode 10. We move over into episode 11 and she says no. And I could see that they were building up that is what was going to happen, because it seemed like Ollie felt like he was really coming to terms with it and he was sure. Demi was having her doubts. They haven't spoken. And even when she got to the aisle, she seemed like, I don't know, a bit on edge, and he like, are you all right? Yeah, I'm all right. Are you all right? Like, she wasn't as bubbly as she usually is. And so yeah, she says no, and Ollie's like, why? You know what? In that moment, I love that for Ollie. And I was like, do you know what? We should all be more like Ollie, because there are many moments I've been in situations where, say I'm on the phone to someone I'm dating and they drop something on me, or you hear something in the moment and you kind of like, it becomes an out of body experience and you don't think to say what is on your mind. You're kind of like, oh, okay. And you walk off, and then after you leave, you have all the questions in the world and you wish you could have asked them in the moment. But Ollie asked in that moment got the reassurance. Demi explains herself and says, she loves him, she loves herself more. She doesn't think they're at the point where they're ready for marriage, but she does want to continue the relationship on. And I feel like because he got that reassurance in that moment, it seems like, anyways, the way things have been left off, they're still going to continue on their relationship. And it seems like Ollie is okay with that too. And then we also see, obviously, Demi leaves the altar. I'm sure they tell them, if you say no, you've got to leave. So Demi leaves, she goes in the car, and even her dad being like, I'm going to go and sit with Demi. Why is that getting me so emotional? God. Oh, I feel like for me, and it's been so understated. We've barely seen anything of it. But the relationship between Demi and her dad has been my favorite love story to view of Love is Blind. Oh my God. You don't see much of him, but I feel like, I hope I'm not alone. You can feel the love that man has for his daughter. And it's the most beautiful thing to see. Why am I so emotional? Jesus Christ. I know why you guys think I'm drinking now. And I feel like maybe there's a chance it wasn't even planned that someone should go after her. Maybe she was meant to just go in the car and chill by herself. But you can see the pull he has to his daughter. For me, that's been the most beautiful thing to witness. And like I said, it's been so understated. But you can just see it in the eyes. Like, who was I talking about? I think it was Tom. Yes, it was Tom. Where I was saying, his eyes, you can see his heart in his eyes, and it's not matching up like you could. And it's the same with Demi's dad. Like, you can see his heart in his eyes, and you can see how much he loves his daughter. I don't know. Am I alone in this? Or did anybody else also see how Demi's dad loves his daughter and think, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen? Or is it just me? I don't know. Okay. So next we have Jasmine and Bobby's wedding. So we hear Jasmine had a conversation with her mum, and her mum doesn't think that this is going to work out. She feels like Jasmine likes Bobby more than he likes her. I never got that vibe from watching, but the mum clearly got the vibe. She also feels like with what he does for work, is he going to be able to support them? What does he do? Could someone remind me? And then I'm like, oh my God, is the mum still coming to the wedding? But then we see her arrive, and she's happy to see Jasmine. Jasmine looks beautiful. So we get to the wedding. Jasmine's mum walks her down the aisle, which I loved. We hear Bobby's vows. They're beautiful. Jasmine's vows. She's getting very emotional, and I'm thinking, I'm trying to gauge, is she emotional because she's like, wow, I'm here with the man of my dreams? Or is it because she is about to say no? So I'm like, I was a bit on the edge of my seat. They did a great job keeping us on edge, because except for Sabrina and Steven, who I was like, they're definitely saying yes, I wasn't sure with everyone how it was going to go. So fair play. But yeah, Jasmine ends up saying, she ends up saying, yes, I do, or, love is blind. I don't know what you want to call it. But yes, and so I'm like, okay, phew. So then we have Nicole and Benaya's wedding. Benaya's mum and sister both can't be there because his granddad isn't feeling well, so they're in Germany taking care of him. Also, Nicole's dad couldn't be there because of work, and I was like, because your daughter's wedding day, work, you'd find a way surely, right? Unless he's like, this ain't. I don't know. Comment below your thoughts on Nicole's dad not being there. So we're seeing, Nicole has her worries. Is this going to work out? Because obviously Benaya is a nomad, and he's like up and down and all over the place. And I'm like, these are conversations that should have been settled and finalized before the wedding. Let me know your thoughts on that. Like, I don't think I could go to a wedding to marry a guy and I've still got these aren't small things. You don't know if he's going to be around. So Nicole gets into a wedding dress. She looks beautiful. I love the makeup. It's very simple, very understated, classy, stunning. What are the kids saying? Very demure, very classy, very mindful, very cutesy. She looked really good. Also though, I feel like a lot of the wedding dresses look similar. Of course, they all went to the same store to get their dresses. Interesting, the two dresses that looked the most dissimilar were Catherine and Maria, and I think that they're both personalities anyway. So we get to the ceremony. They both say I do, which I was rooting for, to be honest. Like, as you've seen throughout my reviews, I really like them together. And I felt bad for the stick that Benaya was getting. It was really interesting as well to see his friends joke around and call him homeless, especially because this was filmed way before we've already watched it and all the tweets are coming out that we're trying to call Benaya homeless. So the fact that his friends joke around that with him as well, and he addressed it, I was like, I'm not. Like, do you know what I mean? So hopefully they're going to be okay. Catherine and Freddie's wedding. And I just finished my drink. So Freddie surprises Catherine with some diamond earrings to match her engagement ring, which is very sweet. Gets her very emotional and she loves that. It's not doing a great job for the accusations coming towards her that she's a gold digger, given she didn't want to sign the prenup, and then she sees diamond earrings and she's over the moon. It's not looking great. But yeah, so then we have Freddie's sister come to see him, and she's voicing her concerns about Catherine. And I'm like, oh no, is he gonna be the one to say no? So yeah, so we see them walking down the aisle. We see Freddie and his brother walk down the aisle. That was such a beautiful moment. Definitely got me emotional. I'm gonna just speed past that because I'm not gonna cry in this video again. And then we see Catherine walk down the aisle. And I feel like Freddie looks a bit worried as she's walking down the aisle. And that was giving me indication this looks like a man that's about to say no. So yeah, Catherine, of course, says yes. She sees the future with him, all of that. She wants to get married to him. Freddie says no. But he's like, it's not goodbye. And Catherine is just blindsided. Freddie wants to hug her. She's like, don't hug me. And then, yeah, obviously Freddie has to leave. And then he does sit down with Catherine's parents, explains where he's coming from, which I think was really sweet and honorable of him. He sits down and speaks with Catherine as well. It feels like they're going to be okay. Spoiler alert, guys. I've been seeing tea that apparently Catherine is now dating Sam. Everybody's been saying they deserve each other. Yeah, fair. Because, listen, Freddie is... what is it? Well sought after. Maybe he'll be on Perfect Match. And he can find a great woman for him. Freddie is too sweet though. I don't know if he's for reality TV. Like the women that come on the women that are on reality TV, I don't know if they're for Freddie. But maybe he'll meet the right person for him on there. Who knows? I love that we end it. We ended seeing all the weddings and they're playing Bobby's song. What is it? She got a buddy of a dancer. But yes, that is the final 2 episodes of Love is Blind UK. I want to hear your thoughts, guys. Were you surprised with who said yes, who said no? Who do you see lasting? If you guys have the tea on where everybody is today, who's still together, I'm open to the tea. If you know where everybody is at, who's still together, like I've refrained from like asking Demi what's going on. Are you still with Ollie? Like, because obviously there should be a reunion coming. I'm gonna assume it's next week, but they didn't give any like teasers or anything. I have been made privy to the news that it has already been filmed, and apparently the reunion was tea. So I'm excited. That's why I will drink for the reunion. But yeah, so if anybody does have tea though on who's still together, people that hooked up, because yeah, like I said, I'm hearing Catherine and Sam got together. Anything else, comment below, let me know. Let me know your thoughts on who got married, if you thought everybody made the right decision, who you see lasting, what your thoughts were, who are you shocked by with their decisions and everything. Yeah. Guys, this has been so fun. It's not the end because we still have the reunion. And like I said, I have separation anxiety, so I'm not saying goodbye. But genuinely, I have truly enjoyed reviewing these Love is Blind UK episodes. It's gone by way too quick. It's only been 3 weeks, but like we've built an amazing community. There's so many new people here. I've seen all the subscribers coming in. I've enjoyed speaking with you. I've tried to reply to all the comments. I feel like I have. I may have missed a few and I apologize for anybody I missed. But yeah, thank you for I've been doing, obviously, making these reviews, but your comments have truly made this as well. And I've loved, like, getting to know you. There's certain people that come back and I'm like, oh, is this person? And it's interesting to hear your views. And then, like, some people's views change throughout the series as well. So I've truly enjoyed this. And oh my God, yes, this is what I want to say. The people that have stayed to the end of this video anyways, you're the real ones. So I'm making videos for you. So you get to decide, what do you want to see me review next, right? Do you guys watch The Bachelor? Because I love The Bachelor and I'm currently watching The Bachelorette. But Bachelor is probably starting in like a month or two. So I'd be open to reviewing that if you guys would want. Actually, no, it's starting in like, 2 months or so. Golden Bachelorette is starting as well. Would you want to see me review that? Are there any like shows? There's a show called Reasonable Doubt, produced by Kerry Washington. So season 2 is starting in like a week or so. So we could do that. I review. This is so random. It's nothing to do with like a dating reality TV show, but I could review the first season with you guys. It's not that many episodes, so I could do like an episode every other day. So we're up to speed, ready for this new season that's about to start. Are there any shows? I love watching Sex in the City. I could review that, and it's very relatable to my dating life, so I could give you some few like stories and teasers about that. Like, let me know, are there any other dating shows? Some people have mentioned like Love is Blind Mexico, but I feel like that's so far on. It might be too late for me to jump in and start reviewing that. What do you want? Guys, I told you, I have separation anxiety. I want to keep talking about shows with you guys so that what I see you guys like mentioning the most that you want to talk about, I will review it, because I enjoy speaking with you guys. The people that watch my reviews, you guys seem like you've all got your head screwed on. I love your opinions. You make me see another side. I've enjoyed doing this with you guys. This has been one of my favorite reviewing shows that I've done. Is that even English? But yes, thank you so much for rocking with me. Hopefully we'll be back for another show. I'm going to look at the comments and see what you say. But yes, guys. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this for the final time. It's not the final time. Separation anxiety. We will be back with another show. As always, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. All that good stuff I'm meant to ask you to do. Please do. And I'm just rambling now, and I don't really know how to end this. So I'm just gonna go.